Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another video and I decided to do my foundation routine, since you guys always ask what foundation do you use, what concealer do you use, whatever. They always ask me what do I use. I decided to make this video because I personally love watching foundation routines and like what people are loving, what foundations do they like, what concealers, all that stuff. With the great foundation application, makeup application, anything that involves with your makeup on your face, girl, it all starts with your skincare. So take care of your skin because you only have one skin. We don't want no wrinkles, we don't want no dark spots. I'm having a few breakouts on my forehead, but then bitches are going away because I take care of my skin. Definitely, if you want a smooth canvas when you're working with your foundation and all that stuff, take care of your skin and you will thank me later. My face is already prepped, so it's already washed, it's already moisturized, all that shit. So now we're gonna prime it. Let me tell you a little bit about my skin. I have dry skin around my mouth. My cheeks are normal. My nose is really oily, and my forehead is really oily. For the dry skin that I have around my mouth, I use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is the best primer that I have came across with for my dry skin. So I take about this much. It's not a lot, to be honest, and then I just dot it around my mouth. So you're just gonna put this wherever you have dry skin. Now for the oily parts of my skin, I use the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and I dot it on the areas that I'm super oily, and then I just blend it out with my fingers. So now I'm so extra that I use 3 primers. So I use the Becca one, the Hourglass one, and now I use my Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. I use this more to minimize my pores. The Becca one is more to control my dryness. The Hourglass is more to control my oils, and then this one is to control my pores. So not to control them, but like to minimize them. So with just a little bit, I put it around my nose, and I blend it out with my fingers. So wherever you have large pores, visible pores, anything of that, you're gonna use the Makeup Forever Primer. Now for foundation, I have tried so many foundations. Trust me when I say that. I've tried so many foundations and I've only fell in love with 2 of them, I think. 2 or 3, I'm not sure. But I love this one. It's so good. It's so good. It's the Dior Skin Forever Perfecting Makeup Everlasting Wear Pore Refining Effect with sunscreen. When it says with sunscreen, it means that you're gonna have flashback. We don't want no flashback, so you're not gonna use this at night. We're gonna use this on the daytime, whenever you're going out, not to parties at night, but just going out during the day, because you don't want that terrible white face whenever you're taking flash pictures. I'm not sure how it works with flash. I should have probably investigated before I did this video. I take about 3 pumps of this. I have my clean beauty blender. Always wash your beauty blender before you apply your foundation because it makes a hell of a difference. Trust me. I used to apply my foundation with a dirty ass beauty blender, and girl, my makeup was not popping. I start by applying my foundation on my chin. I used to bounce this beauty blender on my face so hard before, but now I do like light motions. The less pressure you bounce on your face, the more full coverage you're gonna get. Girl! So I like to bounce with a very light hand. Now I'm just gonna dot it on my cheeks. You see, like, I'm barely pressing on my skin. And always bring your foundation down your neck. I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing this, but a bitch is still gonna mess up and not bring her foundation down her neck. When I drag it down, I don't really put more foundation on my neck. I just, whatever's left on it, I just drag it down. And I like to do this. I have a little bit left on my hand. I'm gonna do just a little bit more, like not even half a pump. I'm gonna apply this on my forehead. I'm just gonna dot it all over. With this foundation, you are literally a walking filter. It's so amazing. Like, it blurs out your skin, it blurs out your pores, and trust me girl, I got them pores. And then I like to take a little flat brush, and with a little bit more foundation, I like to go around my eyebrows, because since I already have them done, I don't want to mess them up with my foundation. I mean with my beauty blender. And once I have that, I lightly go over it with my beauty blender, just so that I don't mess up my brows. You know, we work too hard for these hauls. I did an updated eyebrow routine. If you guys want to check it out, I literally did it like a couple of days ago. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it on the description box. I do more of a natural brow than a very defined brow, I feel like. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll leave it down below. Now that I have my foundation done, I like to go in with my concealer. My favorite concealer that I've been loving lately for the past probably like 3, 4, 5 months, I'm not sure. Ever since it came out, I've been loving this foundation. Concealer. This is my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I love it. It's full coverage, lightweight, you don't feel it on your face. I use light neutral and I use medium. With the light neutral, I go just a little bit like that, and with the medium color I like to go on the edges of the light neutral. Very lightly I blend out my concealer, and I like to work one eye at a time. This concealer, it dries out so quickly that you're gonna be like, oh my god. Work one eye at a time because it's so much better. Do you see the difference? Now let me do the other eye. I take light neutral, and then I take medium and I put it on the edges. I know my under eyes look so much brighter than the rest of my face, but I don't like to go in with concealer on the middle sides of my face. I don't know why, I just feel like it's just too much product on my face. To set my concealer, bake, whatever you want to call it, I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've tried the RCMA powder, the Airspun, none of those come close to the Laura Mercier. This is my favorite freaking powder. I use it to set my under eyes, and I use it also to set my whole face. Now before I set my under eyes, I'm gonna blend out the little creases that I have, just so that I don't set my creases. With my sponge, I'm gonna take a little bit of the powder and I'm gonna press it into my skin. I'm not gonna bake, I'm just gonna press it in. This really helps with your makeup lasting longer, and it also smooths out your under eyes. I also like to bake a little bit on my smile line. Well, not really bake, I just press the powder in my skin as well, just because I get a lot of smile lines. I have a lot of facial expressions. Now, like I said, I use the same Laura Mercier powder to set my face, just because I'm really oily and I don't like my foundation to move. I'm gonna apply my bronzer. I use the Marc Jacobs Tantric bronzer. I'm just gonna bronze up my face. I literally go to town with my bronzer because I love being bronzy. If you ever put too much bronzer on your face, you could go back in with your powder brush and just try to blend it out. I think I put a little bit too much. And then I take a little bit more bronzer and I bring it along my jawline. And I bring it around my chin. Now that we're done bronzing the fuck out of our face, we're gonna take our contour powder. So the one that I use is the Kat Von D contour kit, and I literally take the middle shade. I like to make a line first, and then I start flicking it upwards, so it could blend into my bronzer. I'm gonna do the other side. I do the line as well. Since I told y'all that I don't like to bring my light concealer on the middle of my face, I take the middle shade and I bring it on my forehead. just so that it can brighten it and that everything looks balanced out. And I also put just a little bit on the sides right here. And that's literally all that I do for contour and bronzing. Now for blush, the Milani Luminoso blush. This is such a great blush. I do this really weird smiley face. And then I just bring it up. Does anybody else do this weird little face when you're putting your blush on? I set my face before I apply my highlight because that way the highlight looks more intense. For highlight, I've been loving my MAC Oh Darling highlight. I know this was limited edition, but I recently bought it at a MAC counter, so they said that it's not limited edition anymore, so you can go ahead and buy it if you want, and you should because it's so good. So I start on my Cupid's bow. Girl, do you see that? I'm gonna have to blend that out because that's too much. I put a little bit on the tip of my nose. I do little circles so that it blends out as I apply it. Now that we have everything on our face, I'm going to spray it one more time with my setting spray just so everything can blend together. Alright, so I have my full face of makeup already done. I actually really love how my foundation routine has been lately. It just makes my makeup last so much longer. Literally how this looks right now, that's how it's gonna look at the end of the day. Just a little bit shiny, but nothing major. My makeup doesn't move around, it doesn't break up, I don't get super oily, and this area doesn't get super dry. So I'm just loving my foundation routine right now, and I hope you guys like how my foundation routine turned out. I really love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. My outro can never be, it just can never be serious. Like, I'm not comfortable yet, so this will do. Bye.